1966 Gaucho Scotty. We're going to work on shore power today. We're getting on to the 30 amp service, the electrical on the inside. What we want to do is get our box. This is our electrical box. We're going to punch this out because we're going to run 2 breakers. So this comes off so that you can get to work on it. And these are the breakers that I like to use. I get this square D box. They're not paying me anything. I just like to use them because they're easy. And then I've got 2 20 amp breakers. And they're by square D too. I mean, that's how they're designed. You know, they make their own. And it just pops in here on this little bar at the bottom. And then, so I say, and then pops in at the top there. So we'll run 2 of those. And what we'll do is we will run 1 20 amp breaker with Romex. This is 12-2 Romex. It's got 3 wires, but it's 12-2 Romex. So we'll punch the top out probably for our shore power coming in. And then we'll probably pop these out at the bottom for our runs. Our runs are going to be 12-2. So I would, on 1 breaker, 1 20 amp breaker, I would run the air conditioner, probably a light going in this direction, and then an outlet going in this direction. Then I would take the other 20 amp breaker. I would run the refrigerator, probably the kitchen light, and then the kitchen outlet. So they'd be separate. Because if you put the AC and the refrigerator on the same circuit, that could possibly trip this. And when you trip it, electric goes out. And you might be out all day, fishing, hiking, whatever, kayaking, and now your food just went bad. So we want to make sure that we're on safely 2 separate circuits. And our Romex, the black, is going to pop in here. The white is going to go to this bus bar right here. Right there. That's the bus bar. So that's where the white's going to go. And then your ground is going to come in, and it's going to wrap up with our ground from shore power. And when I say shore power, we start our shore power right here. 30 amp service. Right there. That keeps the water out. And you'll see right here that we've got white, black, and green. Now the green is always the ground, the white is the return, and the black is the hot power right there. And so when we connect this to this, we can't use Romex. It would pop the breakers every time or burn out. We don't want that. So what we're going to use is number 10 Romex. And you can see on here, I hope you can see, white, green, and black. And so those go into the corresponding holes and screwed down here. And then you bring your black in here, and it gets put in right here. And then you jump little jumper wire to the other breaker. And then your white from your number 10 goes in here. And then your green, your ground, comes in and attaches to the rest of your grounds. And that's what that's going to look like. But I'll show it to you. I'll show it to you when I get using it. This stuff is so expensive. It's like $2 a foot. Crazy. Crazy. So when we branch out from our box over to our AC, we're going to use one of these round guys right here. Just a dedicated outlet. It's only for the AC. And that'll go under the cabinet. And we got right here, we've got a corresponding faceplate. Just don't necessarily need it, really, but it looks nice, you know. So we're going to use it. We always do. And then we will come off of this to an outlet. So this will be an outlet that you can charge your phone in. You could plug a coffee pot in, just your laptop, just whatever you're doing throughout your day. That's what this is for. And then, so we've jumped from the box to the AC, from the AC to our outlet, and then from our outlet, we'll do a light. Now, yeah, this is a gas light. You've seen me build these. You can go back and look. I built a couple of these before, but this one I haven't got done yet. It's gonna need some cleaning up. I bought some little copper for this. This needs to be repainted. This looks pretty good. It's shined up pretty good, but what I'll have to do is run a cord through the bottom where the gas used to be, bring it up here and bring it out where the mantle, where I used to light it on fire, you know, and that would make your light from the gas. So I'll take some JB Weld, again, not an endorsement, just what I use. JB Weld, and then I'll plug this lamp outlet into that. I'll let it sit overnight, and it'll be hard as a rock the next day. And so then I can pull my wires and right into that, and then we're good to go. I'll also install a pull chain right here where the old on-off switch was with the gas on-off. And then we've got our light. So that's what your run is going to look like for your electric. Now, behind each of these outlets is going to be a box. That kind of keeps your wires in there and keeps them from jumping to anything or anybody that wants to grab a hold of it. We don't want that. So any of these outlets, that's where we're going to be, just like that. Just safety's sake. We do like to be safe, and of course, we've got our face plates for these guys too. Just makes it a nice, clean look. Our kitchen light, we like to use LED, just an under-counter light, and I use these a lot. You really can't see them. Like if the under-counter light was salvageable, I'd try to use them, but generally for some reason they're not, and I don't know why. But we use this, it just hides under there. You can't hardly really see it until it comes on, so it doesn't really ruin the look of our vintage trailer. So that's what we use underneath the kitchen cabinet, and we'll take a run right to that. I want to show you a little bit how I run some of this electric. Right behind here is the dinette seating on the not the door side. So that's where the box is with our breakers. So I've got to get the Romex from the box up to the very top up here where we're going to have our light. That's where that rebuilt gas light is going to go, and we've got that upper cabinet. So I've got to get Romex from down here to up here. And so I'm going to show you how I do that. I kind of got this. I didn't make this up. It came from the factory this way on a lot of campers. I've got a router. Take my router, and I got a plunge bit in it, if you can kind of see that. And I've got it set about 3/8 inches. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and go through here, all the way through here, up through there, until I hit the hole I need to hit to get into the cabinet. So I'll show you what I'm going to do. So that's about a 3/8 inch deep, and that's really about all that is. And it's going to lay in right here. And I'll take some aluminum, put it over that just to keep it safe. And then I'm just going to continue to run it up until I get where I need to be. And then this will be protected, and it's the shortest run, and it's out of the way. All right, I've got this Romex brand, and you can see where I stapled some aluminum over the top We're going to go in here and down to the light. And then we're going to come out. Well, we're really going to junction between them because the light isn't off and on. But we're going to junction here. And this one's going to come up over here, and straight down into the kitchen light. Kitchen light there. And that's going to be where we terminate this run, is right there on the kitchen light. In and out there, down to the light, up to the light, and we're going to be able to see when it's dark. So you remember the run on the outside, that went to both of our lights. Well, this is what runs off of it. It's coming out next to this wheel well. It's going to run underneath our bed, and it's going to come out underneath this wheel well, which is then going to run up here, and that is the refrigerator. Refrigerator plugs in right there. Remember those holes for air. And then it branches off here. This run comes out here, and it goes into an outlet. That outlet right there is where it terminates. That's where you would plug your phone in, or just whatever you want to plug in. It's just two open outlets like we have on the front. And that's where it terminates. So we've got two lights, refrigerator, and an outlet on this breaker. Two separate dedicated breakers for the big energy hogs.